How many of you have been to the Museum of Art here on campus? Raise your hands. Okay, how many of you have been there in the last few months and seen their exhibit that's all about origami? Oh good, I see a couple of hands out there. Great, I see my class. Good job, you guys. So today, my name is Lauren Stott, and I'd like to share with you how origami is being used in our modern world. It's an ancient art, so how does it find a place in this world today? I've decided that origami has been used a lot for entertainment, for gift giving, and also for scientific purposes as well. So first off, I'd like to talk about how origami can be used for entertainment. I have with me a few samples. First off, we have this lovely crane. Now this isn't your normal crane. This one can fly. One of my favorite experiences with a crane like this was when two young brothers both had their own flying crane and decided to fight with each other. It was entertaining for me to watch them, and I'm sure they had fun as well. I'm not so sure about their parents, but it's the kids that were having fun, and that's what mattered. Next up, I have this right here. I think all of us recognize this from our youth, the fortune teller, or the cootie catcher. Believe it or not, this is still a fun toy to play with. Next, I'd like to talk about how origami can be used for gift giving. In this picture here, we see a lovely bouquet of a dozen roses. My husband made this for me on for our first Valentine's Day. As newlyweds, we didn't have enough money for him to go out and buy a dozen roses for me. Instead, he took it upon himself to make these for me, and look how beautiful they are. Believe it or not, from a distance, these look real. Not only was I able to feel his love for me through this gift of origami, but because it's paper, I get to keep it forever. It won't wilt or die like real roses do. In keeping with the tradition, I made these boxes this year for Valentine's Day. Inside, I put the homemade chocolate truffle. Not only was he super delighted about the chocolate truffles and how cute the boxes were, but the boxes also served one other purpose as well: portion control. Because as we heard today, sugar and chocolate is hard to take only just one. Next, I'd like to share with you how origami is being used in our modern world in technology and science. This first example is the Tessel Jetpack backpack. I'm sure many of you have seen students around campus wearing this backpack. Some of you might even own one. What you might not know is that they are designed by students from BYU. And as the Why Origami book, published by BYU states, they were inspired by origami tessellations for this design. As you can see, it creates a more durable and dependable backpack because we all know college students need something to carry everything around in. My next example is this deployable solar array. It starts off using origami techniques to create this small shape. Then, when it's launched into space and reaches the optimum point, it expands into its full size. Without using origami techniques, they'd have to launch the pieces up individually so they could construct it in space, or they'd have to just launch up a smaller thing. By using origami, they're able to create a small package that has a big bang. Then lastly, we have this medical heart stent. This is currently on display in the Museum of Art in their origami exhibit, so I encourage you all to go there. But this is still in a prototype stage, but the hope behind this kind of technology is using, again, origami techniques of making something small. It will be injected into the arteries, where once it reaches a clog in the arteries, it'll expand, thus helping blood flow freely again. So as you can see, we've been able to find a place in this modern world for this ancient art. It's used easily for entertaining others and yourself. It's an excellent way to show love and appreciation to others through gifts. And it's also helping us in our scientific and technology world. Origami, folding its way into our everyday. Thank you.